No, I looked up this. I looked up this because I had a conversation with some of these trolls on here, and I wanted to let them know, talking about some, uh, you don't have nothing, and you don't have this, you don't have that. I had whatever my motherfucking husband has. That's why I looked it up. Whatever my husband have, I got, and whatever I have, he got. If I was to hit the motherfucking lottery, it goes half. It's for, and we get a divorce. I hit the lottery. He get half of the share. If I was to buy a vehicle, when we buy a vehicle, it's our vehicle together. Even when he buy a vehicle, and even if he was to purchase or finance a vehicle, whatever, it's ours. Anything that we collect during our marriage is ours together. So technically, it won't be my car. It will be our car. Just like it's our car right the fuck now because I'm driving the bitch. Okay? My husband not offended. He's not gonna get offended. My husband is, let me tell you something. What y'all think don't matter because I'm with my husband. What y'all feel about it don't matter. At the end of the motherfucking day, my husband, no, I'm on social media right the fuck now. He know what I talk about on social media. It's not no goddamn conquest that he gotta figure out. Okay? It's not that. So y'all be worrying about the wrong thing. Y'all need to find y'all man that's gonna do something for y'all. That's all I'm saying. Okay? For my husband to take on the responsibility of 7 kids that's not his, he's always gonna get that. I'm always gonna talk big on him. Always. Because like I said, I have not found one woman on Bigo or nothing that I have witnessed with my own very eyes that's going to marry somebody with 7 children. But what y'all say and take care of them by living with them. Y'all say that you live together. I keep on telling y'all that we don't. How does it work with the kids that are not his? Will he have to pay child support for them? I wouldn't say that he would have to pay child support for them. But how that works is if a person get a divorce and y'all have kids that's not legally there, that y'all have, that's not biologically theirs. If he's been supplying their needs as far as clothes, shoes, and shelter, even when we get a divorce, he will have to pay for the livelihood of that. If he's regularly buying shoes and clothes and providing electricity and everything else, yes, he will have to pay for that, even if I have my own home after we get a divorce, because he's been providing their needs as far as, like I said, electricity, water, clothes, and shoes. Yes. It's called alimony. So, me and my husband is never getting a divorce. Never getting divorced. No, you do not have to be married in the state of Michigan. No, you do not, boo. No, you do not. You do not have to be married for no fucking 10 years. That is not true. But yeah, no, the fuck is not. It's not true. You can think whatever you think. It's not true. Okay. The true facts is that when a man has been providing for you and you basically making sure your livelihood is, I can even put in, let's say for an example, if your man has been getting your hair done, buying you panties, socks, bras monthly, buying your winter clothes, your summer clothes, you know what I'm saying? They take that all into recognition when you get a divorce. That's why people don't like to get a divorce. That's why they rather stay with their mate to get a divorce, because it's not beneficial for them to pay for their wife or their ex-wife. That's why people that women that's not married, they still get alimony for their husband and they have not even been married. They've been divorced for 7-8 years and they're still paying alimony. So at the end of the day, okay, what I know is the true facts. My husband loves me. He loves my kids. He has been doing everything in his power to provide for us the best way that he can. I love him. He teach my kids. He lecture them. He teach them about the Bible. He tell them about teach them about respecting themselves as Israelite kings and queens, I mean, priests and princesses, prince and princesses. He teach them morals and values. He have long, drawn out conversations about making the right decisions. That's what my husband do. My husband is diligent on that. Anytime I have a problem where I need to talk to him about the kids, he's gonna make sure that he pull up or he, do whatever he got to do to make sure that they're in order. That's what he do. The simple fact that I'm on this motherfucking live and I haven't even, you won't even see no kids or hear no kids. It's a simple fact that my husband is the shit. Okay? Thank you, Nicolaya. I don't know how to pronounce it. That is a testament, okay, that I can sit out here and swirl my motherfucking feet talking to you guys about it. It's a true fact of what my husband do. So I don't give a damn. I really don't. No, you gotta worry about your kids running the fuck around the house while your husband's somewhere else or he laid the fuck up. I can take breaks. For long breaks. Long motherfucking breaks. You get you one. You did your biggest one, Angelic. Period. The Most High did his biggest one. I just asked AL about alimony in Michigan. Muriel is right. Yeah, I'm right. Girl. Shit. Me and my husband don't have ups and downs in our marriage. Who don't have ups and downs? We have had ups and downs in our marriage. And we're really in a good place right now. But we have had ups and downs in our marriage. And I had to make sure that I was, I done been a good ass wife. I want to make sure that I'm good. So yeah, I did my research and I'm not lying. And then bitches was talking shit, so I said, let me go and look this up. And when I looked it up for sure enough, I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's not what I'm after. I'm not after his money. Because if I was after his motherfucking money, trust and believe, you would never see me doing my hair. Love your transparency. Thank you. You would never see me doing my toes. You will never see. I will make him do all of it. And I'm not doing that to him. I'm not. I'm going to do something myself. I'm not going to put all that on my husband. I'm not. He do enough. You know how stressful that is to have to sit up here and even hear another kid's voice that's not yours when you waited 40, 39 years to create your own family, and now you have to deal with 7 other kids that's not yours. You got to hear with the stop, no, boom, what is that? Oh, get up out your sleep. Oh yeah, my husband deal with all of that shit, so he is a big blessing. I'm telling you, no motherfucking lies. You know how busy kids is. You know how many times when you have multiple kids, I have 7 kids that's not his. So you know that he literally waited his whole life to start his own family. When he decided to marry me and he knew that I was getting my kids back and all the other stuff, he didn't run away like most men would have. Or they would have probably stayed with you and then been with whoever else. Felicia and Tom. Got a nigga on the side on Wednesdays and got a bitch on the side on Tuesdays. That's not my life, boo. That takes a lot out of a man to be able to even have to talk to another person's kids, to even say good fucking morning to another person's kids that he didn't lay down and have. So, and even if we want to sit up here and say he got 8 kids, it's not his, boo, he's still taking care of all of them. And what? So you still not gagging no motherfucking body, bitch. What's the lesson today? I resonate with the season of restraint teaching. Okay, let me get back to the teaching. I'm teaching still. I'm teaching still because, these women, they sit up here and try to sit up here and talk about other people's lives, but they really be glad when they find out the truth. The truth is, y'all got 3 puppies and nobody don't want y'all kids. Y'all, nobody is wiping their motherfucking nose, buying no motherfucking pillows, teaching and fixing their motherfucking bikes. And if they do it, they gonna do it for what, 3 months, and they gonna be gone to the next one. It's not lasting for y'all. So don't you dare try to fix your dick suckers for a man who's doing it for mine. Bitch, I'm gonna clown your ass and I'm gonna gag you even motherfucking more. And I might just fucking might get in the car that y'all say that we don't have and drop the top on that motherfucker. Okay? They are his. When he married her, they become hers. Exactly. It's a unity. It's a fucking unity. And even if you guys wanted to be a little bit more, a little bit more iffy about that. If a person own a house, okay, and they owned the house before y'all got married, they got this thing that's called the property that y'all had before y'all got married and the property that y'all own together while y'all got married. It's two separate ones, right? But it's the big but. If a person is paying mortgage in that house, if a person have kept up with the uh upkeep of the house, so that means that if your husband owned a house before he have got married, legally it's his house. But if you pay mortgage in that house, if you put up gates and fences in that house, if you have the anything to that house as far as the upkeep of that house, they put that into the account. So it changed the whole shit. So while you've been married, if you have installed whatever you installed in that house, lights, fixtures, you done help him redo the bathroom, help him redo the counters, whatever you do in that home, it's still it counts. Paying mortgage and helping him with his mortgage payments, it still counts, boo, even if he owns the house before you. Just so you know. So hey, y'all can keep on trying to sit up here and down my husband all the fuck you want to, but y'all keep on saying what's his, what he is, what he is. No, bitch, it's ours. All right. And my husband don't have no, and my husband know I don't want it. My husband know I don't want his house. My husband know I don't want his vehicle. My husband know that I want my own, I want to own my own home. But you know what? To even give you more of a disclaimer, if I was to own my own home, but if you're renting, you shouldn't. My husband don't rent. He paid mortgage. Just to say, if I was to buy my own home, it won't even be my own home. It would be our home, because anything that we get together in our marriage will be ours. Will be ours. So even if I go out and own my own home, it still will be his home. I'm renting, yes. It would still be our house. So this car I'm getting is not my fucking car. It will be our car. Legally, it won't be my fucking car. It will be our car. So stop saying that your husband didn't buy you a car, bitch. That's not how it goes. You mean he didn't we don't have a second car? Because it won't be my car. When you marry and you start collecting shit in your marriage, it's never just one person. It's y'all's together. It's my whole point. So stop saying that shit. Stop saying he did not buy you a car. That's not how the fuck it works. So let's say, for example, TKO and Armani is legally married, which they're not. But let's say that they were legally married. By them being, even if they're not, they've been together for so long, the state that they're living in will count them as married, because they've been together for so long. So that car that TKO got is not Armani's car. It's their car. It's not her shit. She don't, even if he put it in her name, it's not her shit. because they've been together for so long, so they have a common law marriage. So if they was to separate, they would have to split it. It's not no her shit, none of that. That's not how it fucking work. And that's damn sure not how it work when you're married and you collecting excess. That's not how it work. He didn't buy her shit. Stop saying that shit. Y'all sound dumb, but I'm supposed to be the one that's uneducated. Money Man, the rapper. I don't know who that is. But yeah, that's how it go. I'm just giving y'all a little marriage 101. And that's not how it goes. And then just to give y'all even more clear reference, because y'all some dumbass bitches, because y'all, I be hearing y'all talking sometime and y'all just sound so motherfucking dumb. Just to school y'all. When a man signs a birth certificate, okay, even if, let me school you a little bit, and you can Google this shit. Even if, okay, a person is not logically theirs, even though my husband baby is, our baby is, but just to school y'all. If a man signs a birth certificate, okay, even if the father, okay, comes up and say that's my baby, the real father come up and say that's my baby, in the state of Michigan, it does not matter who the motherfucking real father is. Once he signed the birth certificate, he is legally the father. He can't go back to court and say, oh, I got a DNA test, the baby not mine. That does not matter. That's how it works, bitch. You are so fucking dumb. Once the man signed the birth certificate, it's like he's illegally adopting the child. There's nothing legally that can bound that. Not even the biological father. That's it. That's all. Y'all so fucking dumb. Y'all don't know shit. So there you go, your DNA test right the fuck there, bitch. My husband is never gonna give the DNA test with my baby. So, damn, thanks for putting me up on game. Don't be trying to trap these men now. I ain't saying all of that. Yeah, once he signs his name on documents, that's it. Even if the legal father, even if he get a blood test and he said that, even if the real father get a blood test and the baby come out to be not that person's, he's still solely responsible for that child, no matter what. So. Yeah, they can go to court to try to change whatever they want to change, but legally he's still responsible for that child. He still is. Still is. No matter what. It's over. There's nothing he can do. So, that's just the rules of the game. And so if y'all want to sit up here and talk about this and talk about that, it's no different. A person can legally get, no, don't be thinking. Don't be motherfucking thinking, girl. No, don't do that man like that. If he not the father, don't have him sign a birth certificate just because he gonna be tried. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not fair. And then the daddy by default is when if the daddy by default is when you go to court and you say that this man is your child's father, right? Now let me put y'all up on some game. If any woman go to court and say that this man is the father, let's say that he's not the father, but let's say she's saying that he is the father. That state would go and serve the man that she said is the father. Once he accepts those papers and he is served, then it would have a court date on there. It would have a date for them to go get genetic testing. If they have 3 tries before, they automatically defer him as the father. That's another lesson for y'all motherfuckers, just so y'all know. Let me say it again. If you say that, and I can just even be reasonable for the ones to, if you say that if you say that John is your baby daddy, and you know damn well it's John, it could be John, Tim, and Johnny. Once the court serves John and he don't come up with them genetic testings, they automatically make him the father by default. That's how that goes. That's how it goes. So there you go. Now poor John. But that's how it is in Michigan. That's how it is in Michigan. That's what happened with me when my son Hezekiah. Gerard didn't want to take the DNA test. They served him the papers. He didn't want to take the DNA test, so they automatically make him the father. He had 3 chances to go up to take the DNA test. He didn't want to do the DNA test, so they automatically made him the father, and they put his ass on child support. That's what happened. Why didn't take the DNA test? He can still take one today. It doesn't matter. Like, he should have went to go take the DNA test. So hey. Did he got his last name? No. Same shit to happen to my BD too, and I'm in Connecticut. Yep. That's how Hezekiah. That's how it. I got child support from him because he did not want to. And the whole thing is they served the paperwork to his hand, so it wasn't no excuse to say, oh, even if they give you a chance to say, when they give you the documents to go to get the DNA testing, you can call them and say, I can't make it, and they would give you another appointment. So it's no excuse. They give you 3 chances. 3 chances to come take the DNA test. And if you don't, and let's say you don't want to take the DNA test, then the father can automatically say that they can sign the Parentage Act. That's what Patrick did. Patrick did not want a DNA test. He automatically signed the paperwork for the Parentage Act. So that means that he said he was the father. So he didn't want a DNA test. Do they still make them take the test if they got the last name? No. It doesn't matter about the name. It's matter about whether you show up to take the DNA test. If you don't show up to take the DNA test, then they automatically make him the father. That's how it goes. Only if you've been served. Never showed up to court. Ain't on my son's birth certificate, but most definitely paying child support. Yup. You got to show up to court. You have to. And if you can't show up, man, you better call them and tell them you can't make it. Don't just not show up. You don't get that chance. There's no difference than if you owe the motherfucking ticket. You can't just say, I ain't gonna pay the ticket. Then your ass ain't gonna have no motherfucking license. You have, when it comes to the court of law, you have to do it. There's no way around it. You don't get to say, well, I don't like her, so, that's not my baby. So although I was served for the DNA test, I'm not gonna show up. They have to show up. No different than Leah. If Leah was to serve Polygon papers for DNA test and he don't never show up, they will automatically make him the nigga father. She can get child support. So yeah, and just for y'all to keep on saying that my husband got the legal rights to my son, bitch, you a lot, because I get WIC for my son. I get food stamps, WIC for Junior, all of that. If he lived with him, that means that my husband made too much money. He won't get no motherfucking WIC. He lives with me. So that's the other gag, bitch. You double gag. At this point, the dick is down your fucking esophagus. All the way down to your motherfucking uterus. Now you can get pregnant. Because you've been super, super gagged. Dummy. Do they go by both income? No, because he do not live with him. He do not live with him, no. He don't live with him. So they don't count both incomes. For real. They been gagged so motherfucking much, now they can be pregnant. I ain't never seen nobody getting pregnant from a dick going down their throat. And then I would think with y'all being so gagged that y'all should just shut the fuck up. How can you talk with a dick in your mouth? Oh, you can mumble. Because all I hear is bees flying and buzzing the fuck around. Because ain't nothing that y'all been saying is valid. Okay. Do you still here forever? You still here forever? I'm sorry. Because the Israelites get like that sometimes. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to. I'm not being wicked. Because if y'all go to IUIC, we be so irritated and like just like so flustered by the things of the people say of this world, and you will hear them calling them some dummies. Okay. Okay. Let's spread it around. Okay, I'm sorry. So what we gonna talk about? I was spreading the word. I was giving them some knowledge about DNA and about marriage. That's all. Like, if I'm in a good marriage right now, but I'm just saying, like, if anybody who's going through troubles in their marriage, this is the different options. But yeah, that was educational. And then since we're talking about marriage, the scripture does say that the man's supposed to supply the woman's raiment. That means her clothes, her shoes, or all of that. So that's why the government look at it like that. That's why the men have to pay for everything, because by the legal law, they supposed to. The man's supposed to be the head of the house. He's supposed to take care of the woman. She's supposed to go outside and garden and make sure the upkeep of the house. And she's the pillar. She's the one that's going to make sure she cook, clean, wash clothes. Okay, let's speak on covenants. So what about the covenants? Because the only thing that's really important about the covenants is that we keep laws and commandments. What I'm talking about right now is not against God. Okay, it's not against God. It's the truth. It's about how the order is supposed to be. And it's talking about how men is not supposed to, even if they get mad at a wife, they're not supposed to neglect their covenant. You know a lot of shit about deceptive things. A lot of shit about this. I've been through this. It's not about being deceptive. I've been through this. And women, I'm just saying, women have outlets. They don't have to sit up here and have a man impregnate them and just abandon them. They have legal rights to get the support that they need from these men. These men can sit up here and lay down with these women, and they think they could just walk away. No, you have rights to get support from these men. They don't get to just stick their dick in you and just leave. No, that's not how it goes. Even in a marriage, a man don't get a chance to provide for his wife and have a covenant before God. And just because they're going through things and it's not adultery, he's still supposed to make sure her livelihood is okay, because he made a vow before God. He made a blood oath before God, a covenant before God. So just because they having an argument, that's not a means for him to abandon her. Once he lay down, he makes a covenant with that woman and before God. Yes. And especially when y'all have kids together, that's the blood covenant, because that baby was born with water and blood. So that's the blood covenant. And these men be making blood covenants with these women, even if they did not legally get married. So they cannot just run away from their responsibilities, is what I'm saying. They have to be accountable just as well as the women do. So you was already teaching covenant today. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm already teaching covenant about their legal responsibilities of these men. And that it's my responsibility as a wife to make sure, as long as I'm not doing no adultery, I'm supposed to cook, clean, wash clothes, provide for the kids, like as far as like making sure they get up, brush their teeth, take a shower, teach them the laws and commandments. My husband's only job, really, honestly, is to, like, the king did not get out his bed to tend to the kids. He did that shit when he was ready. When he was up when he was ready to get out the bed, And then he would come around his kids, and he'd be like, "Oh, you know, hi kiddos." He'll play with them, teaching them laws and commandments, and he'd go about his day. That's the woman's job. The woman's job is to cook and clean. Y'all want to sit up here and say that a person is a slave? That is a wife's duty to cook and clean. Let me tell y'all something else that we was talking about. Now we're talking about covenants and commandments and keeping covenants together. If and me and my husband had this conversation. If a man, if you have a daughter, right? In the scripture, if you have a daughter, we have to depend on one another and be dependent on ourselves. Yes, we have to depend on ourselves, but guess what? A lot of times, because of the order that the Most High put it as the man being the provider and the woman being the upkeep of the house, which is the pillar, a lot of times when we get a divorce, a woman is left without things, because her whole dependence is supposed to be her husband. So that's why they get paid alimony, because that's the goal. Like, that's the order. The order is for the man to provide and the woman is to do the upkeep. So just because y'all get a divorce because y'all can't work it out, he don't get just a chance to abandon his covenant. That's not how it works. And we were talking about if you have a daughter, right? And your daughter is a virgin. That in the scripture, they had to pay a dowry to be with your daughter. And my husband said, we was talking about that because we was like, what if we have a daughter and all the other stuff? And he thought, and I want to get y'all opinion, because I feel like when it came to that scripture, it's a little different. I feel like it's both. He feel like it's one. When a lot of history trying to know. So you do know a lot of the history tries to downplay the woman's role. Yes. I mean, our women has been the pillars of our household for a long time, and our load has been heavier because the man has abandoned us. It does not matter what y'all going through. He don't have the right to abandon his role. You get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter if he mad at you today or mad at you tomorrow. He can't just be like, all right, get the fuck out. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. And so it's better to like leave, to calm down and come back, but it's just 100% abandoned. No. And so they have to pay for that. And so we were talking about the virginity thing. So I was talking about the dowry. My husband think that when it came to that scripture about if you have a virgin daughter, now remember, it's only for the virgin daughters. And I think like that then most women was virgins when they was getting married anyway. But for the virgin daughter, the man that she marries have to pay a dowry, which is money, or they can do things around the land for the father to go ahead and accept that man's basically obligation to marry his daughter. My husband was saying the reason why he got to pay a dowry is because the father is losing one of his helpmates. And I said it was just because of because she's a virgin. Because why would they just mention that part? It's specifically for the virgins. He like, nah, it's because she losing a helpmate. Because remember, the daughter's duty. So this is what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. The daughter duty, and this is what God say. The daughter duty in the household is to be a helpmate to the father and the mother. She's supposed to wash dishes, gardening, iron clothes, wash clothes, clean up, and cook. That's her duty. And to help with the kids. That is a daughter's duty in the household. Period. That's it. That's all. So when she get married, he's losing. This is what my husband said. She feel like that's part of it. He's losing help. So when a daughter, when you have a daughter who's at the age to get married, one of the reasons why he have to pay a dowry is because he's losing help. He's like, what's the benefit of me giving you my daughter? She's helping around the house. She's helping cook, clean, iron. You have to pay me to get my daughter because I'm losing help. Because when you pay me to get my daughter, that means to be her wife, not just to get her, but to be her wife. That means she's going to be cooking and cleaning for you. She's going to be washing your clothes. So I need a fee. And she's a virgin. She's been untouched. So you're not about to just get my child and think you're about to just get her for free. That's not how it goes. And that's what it says in the scripture. And I said, I don't even know why they took that out. Why did us as a nation of people go, well, we know because we was enslaved. But we definitely going back to that. I'm definitely going back to that. If when my daughter get married, he have to pay a dowry. Only if she's a virgin. And she's a virgin. So she continue to be a virgin and she want to get married. I'm not, and you know, my husband is a fill-in dad for her because Patrick is not around. For me to agree to, oh yeah, this is the man, he had to pay a dowry for her. Samaya is a good girl. She's a teenager, but she's good for the most part. You're not about to just marry my daughter. No, you have to pay a dowry. The dowry is you're not about to just marry her just because you want her. No, that's not how it goes. Pay a dowry. Whether you can do work our field for 6 months to a year. And I won't even want my daughter to marry nobody that don't have a house, do not own his home. And that's what I'm teaching her. You can teach your kids whatever the fuck you want to. But I'm teaching my daughters that a man have to pay a dowry to marry you. When she gets to that age, it's her decision. No, the fuck is not. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about covenant and bringing the covenant back to our nation. That's not true. It's not her fucking decision. That's why in Africa, they don't do that shit. It's not their decision. Because the legal age to get married in Michigan is 16 with the mother and father consent. And the father legally is not around. So it's my decision. If she wanted to, well, we're talking about motherfucking America then. In America KKK, your daughter can get married at the age of 16, boo. I have to sign for her to get married. If she's under the age of 18. The legal age of marriage is 16 in the state of Michigan. Just so you know. I don't want my daughter getting married at 16. I want her to get married when she finishes school, go to college, get herself, well, if she want to go to college, she want to own her own business, whatever she want to do. So I want to make sure she's successful first before she get married. So yeah, I don't want her to get married at 16. But I'm just saying the legal age for marriage in the state of Michigan is 16. They say when she comes to age. Well, when she comes to age, it's 16. That's why I mentioned 16. Me mentioning 16 is not because I want her to get married at 16. But if my daughter find an Israelite man, you know what I'm saying, his family got an inheritance and they helping him out, you know, with his future, I want my daughter getting married at age 16. If he grew up in the truth, I would not mind that. But yeah, when she comes to age, it's 16. You said when she come to age. When she come to age, it's 16. So what do you mean when she come to age? Yeah, I'm preparing my sons as well. Because guess what? When my sons get to that age to where they want to marry, which is the age of 16, when they get to that age of wanting to marry, I'm going to tell them, if I don't have the financial money to give money to the woman that you want to marry, then it would be, you have to work their field. That's what my son's going to do. They're going to be like, well, ma'am or sir, I want to marry your daughter. And I want to prove to you that your daughter is worthy. I want to work your field for 6 months. That means I come over here this many times a week to work your field. That's what Jacob did. I want to come over here and work this many times a week as my form of a dowry to your daughter, because I want to show you that I'm going to be responsible to provide for her. You know, a dowry is provided by the wife to the groom's family. No. The dowry in the scripture is provided by the man. That's some American KKK shit. The dowry is provided by the man. Good day, Kiki. Good day, y'all. Good day, Gypsy Heart. The dowry is provided by the man in the scriptures. The legal age in Michigan is 16. No, it's not. It's not by the motherfucker. In the Bible, it's not by the wife. I don't give a fuck what Google say. I'm talking about the key. I'm talking about thus says the Lord. It was not by the wife. How? That's not even God's order. The God's order is for the man to provide. So my kids will be paying the dowry. My sons will be providing a dowry for their wife. Their dowry for their wife is whether if they can't financially, they cannot financially, like pay out of their pocket, they will have to work the field. Yes, it is, and it's not legal in America, and it's in foreign countries. I don't know about that. But we're gonna do thus says the Lord. Thus says the Lord is you're gonna have to work the field to marry my daughter. You're not about to just marry her. Fuck that. And if they want to run off and do whatever, that's them. But I know that, and even my husband said that's very it's all about money. Yeah, it's all about money in Africa. But then they some creeps over there because they willing to give up their child and they 8, 12 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy. But my grandma got married at 16 in the state of Michigan. So I don't like my grandparents got married at 8. My great grandma got married at 16. My dad's mom got married at 16, boo. They got married at 16. So, yep. What field they take it up? I'm talking about doing yard work, planting vegetables and gardens, any type of upkeep to the house, of my house, he will have to do. And the same for my sons. He will have to do the same thing for his wife if she still resides with her parents when he want to get married. My cousin married an African and gifted him his family a goat as a dowry. Well, that's what they accepted. You don't have to accept the dowry. It's all about what they accept. It's all about what the father accepts. So if they say, if you go to the scriptures, they talk about this. If you go to the scriptures, they talk about this. It all depends on what we accept. So if they say, okay, I want to offer you $5 in the government, and I want to offer you $5 and a $2 ring, that's not going to work. I mean, it will work if that's what we accept. So it all depends on what we accept. If they accept a goat, then that's what they accepted. But we're not fucking accepting no goddamn goat. Girl, we did not provide. That's not what thus says the Lord is. That's not what thus says the Lord is. Thus says the Lord is not that. I don't even want my kids to get married at. I don't want my daughter to get married at 16. But that's like our grandparents. They got married at 16. But I don't want my kids to get married at 16. I want them to be grown and, you know, even if they are grown, I'm talking about 23 years old and they want to get married. If she's not a virgin, then she don't get no dowry. But if she's a virgin or he, you know, then my son's not doing no work for no field. I don't give a fuck if they 23 and want to marry somebody. They're not doing no work in no field or paying no dowry if that woman is not a virgin. Yeah, it's only for the virgins. It's not for the people that's not virgins. So that's the big difference as well. But we were talking about that, like if they put that back into like order, then the women will be more susceptible to wanting to keep their virginity until they 23, 24, until they get married, instead of feeling like they have to do it early. If we put back paying a dowry for a virgin woman, Hold on. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's just about different covenants. Some people don't. Some people agree. Some people don't agree. But me and my husband was talking about that. Like if we have a daughter, we will want to bring back those times where she knows how important she is. That she don't just give up her virginity just because the world is doing it, and make her feel more worthy to know that if she save herself, then she will get. Huh? It's over there on the wall. So she can feel more, because I just feel like, trust and believe. If I was going through things mentally, I didn't have no mom on that day, but if I knew at a young age that like I would get, my husband would have to pay something to marry me. Huh? Yeah, with you, not him. They would feel more like susceptible to want to keep it, because it seems like everybody want to just, they don't talk about keeping virginities no more. Like they just feel like all they sell is push out sex, 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 sex. They don't push out virginity. Thank you. He can play though. Israel can. It's two controllers. Gonna be like that. Okay, but you can just get off of it. Israel, bring me the vacuum cleaner. Because even if you woke up, right? Let's say you just woke up and you seen somebody playing the game. When you want to get on, but just be honest with yourself. If they were playing a really good game that you wanted to play, and you say, "Well, it's a two-player game," you will want them to let you on. So don't act like that. It's not my fault. He broke his tablet, and he kept cracking it too. Right now, his tablet is downstairs, cracked up, all cracked up. You can't even. Okay, what did I just say? What did you say? I said, let him play with you, baby. Plug it up right there. Every time they play the game, this one time I want to play the game. Okay, plug it up. Unravel it. It's the plug right there, right by them shoes. It's 11. I'm about to get off in like 5 minutes so I can get my day started. Get y'all clothes together. When are we leaving? Leaving about 4:30. When you get the time, Mama, can I play basketball inside the? You meant Mo? Huh? Can I play basketball? When you get the time, can you grab the kids out play basketball? Yeah. Yeah, it's most of black people, and it's so sad. It's so sad, but yeah, like I was just, talking about covenants. A lot of different people feel like this conversation is weird. Like why are you talking about virginities and all of that? It's important, especially when you have kids at the legal age, when they start administration and stuff, to teach them about virginities, to teach them about how valuable their body is. For my sons too. See, my sons, they're not really on that right now. They're not really thinking about boys or girls. I mean, but my daughter, she's at the age where she like boys, and so I have to constantly teach her about how valuable her virginity is. And once it's gone, it's gone. It's so valuable that yes, you should have a dowry. Like you should have a man willing to pay something to marry you. That's how valuable you are. That's how God looked at it. Not even now we just yes, don't concern themselves with their low vibrational stuff. Yeah, like and I can't, it's like I wouldn't even talk about it, because if it wasn't something I was going through. You know what I'm saying? Like um my daughter, she like boys. And then my son, he gonna be coming up next. My son, he like girls, but he not really thinking about girls like that. He's still at the, my son, even though he you know, about to be 12, he's not at the age right now where he's like, I want to comb my hair to look good for this girl. I want to wash off my shoes. Look, he'll go outside with his shirt on backwards. Like, he don't care about girls like that. But my daughter, she's at an age where she like boys and stuff. And we be talking. I be telling her, like, you know, don't waste your virginity on these knuckleheads. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. They just want to get what you got, and they can brag about it to the next person, and then you're gonna be having a reputation because you gave it up. Especially with her going into high school. Like, your virginity is worth something. Don't just give it up just because they asked for it. Let them go into covenant with you. Make them have a legal binding contract with you. So that way, if shit hit the motherfucking fan, you won't be left with nothing. You won't just be left with a wet ass. Nah, fuck that. I'm not playing it. I want my daughter to be better than me. I want my son to be better than me. And she definitely at that age where I gotta, you know, check up on her every now and then. Check the phone. Make sure she's doing the right thing on the phone. Right? Don't father after us. Yeah. See, your mama, she I wasn't right. Thank God the Most High seen me still worthy enough to have a good ass husband to marry me. Like I said, about what the world standards is, about me having 7 kids and not being married, I wasn't the husband that I got. If I was to get married, I'm supposed to have the one who got his pants sagging, who cheat on me all day, who sing out in the streets, who smoke weed all day, who drink all day. Not the one that I got. So I got a big blessing by him not having no record, not being a drunk, don't sag his pants, go to work, respect his family, and help me take care of my kids. Like, that's the big blessing. Shit. Own this property. That's a big blessing. And I just really feel like by the conversations that we be having sometimes, you know, I just feel like she can be tempted by the devil to want to experience life. And because everybody else do it. That's why I'm going to camp today. It's an emergency to go to camp. Because the people that's around her, they're not talking about keeping their virginity. When she went to dance, she showed me a video. Now, let me tell you something. When she went to dance, she showed me a video of how the girls was dancing. And in the video, she wasn't dancing. She was just looking at them and recording. And I had said, wow, they let them dance like that? And she was like, yeah, they let them dance like that. I was like, wow, they was twerking, right? So, and my daughter don't dance like that. My daughter do not twerk. I have never seen her twerk up until recently. She don't dance like that. So, one day, my husband, you know, because we got cameras and stuff. So my husband was like, you know, did you see this? I said, what you mean? What did I see? What? He was like, let me show you something. And it was my daughter dancing. And you can tell that she don't twerk because the way she was trying to do it, it looked like she didn't know what she was doing. Like she just tried it for the first time. And so we be having these conversations and stuff when we be talking. And all the stuff that she be talking about is how what her friends do, and you know how she be wanting to why she be, bitch, get the fuck out. Kick this hoe ass, duck ass bitch up on my live. This last person that said that dumbass comment, bitch, this is not a school moment. Get the fuck out of here. He watched everybody on fucking camera. everybody. He watch everybody on camera. All when they be doing badass shit, he'll say one in a minute. Go look at the camera. He'll text me. Go look at the camera. The fuck? That's what the cameras is for. So on this one particular day, as he should, yes. On this one particular day, he said, you know, a lot of people have cameras, right? On this one particular day, he said, do you we was talking about if we have a daughter, will we keep the ordinance of making the man who marry our daughter, whether she's 18 or 25, pay a dowry, you know, to marry our daughter? And I was like, yeah, you know, we should make anybody. I'm doing that with my twins. Like, if anybody want to marry, even Samaya, like if she keep her virginity, I would want a man to pay a dowry for her, you know, because she's worthy enough to have a man just to pay a dowry for her, because that's our customs. That's our customs. So we were talking about going back to the covenant and customs and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, he was like, you need to start having conversations with Samaya because she's about to head into high school. And you were telling me how most of the women in your family got pregnant around your age, you know, just to make sure she's headstrong as she go into high school. And I'm like, yeah, Samaya, she good. She don't even know. She don't even dance. Like, she just be good. He was like, what? I was like, but yeah, my daughter don't even twerk. Like, and so he was like, Exhibit A. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And she was in the play area, and she was playing with her brothers. And the way, let me tell you, I got on shorts right now. Don't judge me. I got on shorts. But this is what she was doing, y'all. This is what she was doing. And it wasn't, I tried not to laugh because it was funny to me because she didn't know what she was doing. So this is what she was doing. This is what she was doing. She was doing this. Like this. What the fuck? Like, you know, that she didn't know what, she don't even know how to fucking twerk. Like, I was like, it was like, she was like, what the fuck? And I said, oh, let me see this. And I went to her room and I said, Exhibit A. And she was like, I said, what the? I said, you know you would. She was like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was like, she was like, I was just doing a TikTok. I was like, oh no, this is not what Israelite women do. You cannot do that. And I'm like, and she was like, I look silly. I said, yeah, you look stupid doing it because you don't even know what you're doing. And after we had a conversation, more and more, she was saying how the girls at her school, they got boyfriends. And, you know, we was talking about boys and stuff. And she was saying, like, everybody at her school that she go to, they have boyfriends, and some of her friends are gay and stuff like that. And she was like, I want a boyfriend. And I said, why would you want a boyfriend? And she said, well, I want a boyfriend so I can just experience it. I never even experienced having a boyfriend. And I'm like, that's normal. So, you know, I explained to her, that's normal to want to experience it. But it's not normal to think about that right now. I said, girl, let me show you something. I showed her a video of some young, successful women that got high-rise hotels. I mean, the high-rise loft that they live in. They don't have no kids. Their whole house is nice. I said, this is what you need to be working on. Worry about that bag. Worry about that bag. Everything else can wait. Worry about that motherfucking bag. Supplying for yourself. Worry about that bag. These men gonna come and go. I was thinking about boys in middle school, so normal at her age. But she going to high school. And she said she never had a boyfriend. And so she want one just to experience how it's going to be. Which is normal. It's not normal. I mean, it's not normal. It's very normal. But most of her conversation was coming from what her friends was doing. Because one of her best friends, she said like a couple of years ago that she didn't know if she was gay. One of her best friends, she was saying that she don't know if she like girls or boys. Now that same best friend, she just got a boyfriend. She in a relationship now. Um, so I feel like most of her, what she said, she curious. Most of her curiosity is coming from what her friends is doing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it's coming from. And I'm like, damn, like, now I'm about to go to this stage, which is normal. It's a normal stage. It's a new experience for me because I don't have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old. My daughter is the oldest one. She's the only oldest child that I have. And it's no different if she was a boy. If my daughter was a boy and he was at the age of 14, I would have to have the same conversation with him. Like, what you're feeling is normal. It's normal to have attraction to the opposite sex. That's normal. But what's not normal is, and I was very explicit. I said, you know, I said, why he just can't be your friend? She was like, well, I'm like, you can like a, do you know that you can like a boy and y'all can like what they would call flirt, but y'all can just always hang around each other at school. Like, y'all don't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Y'all can like each other without having to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, let me tell you the difference. What makes him your boyfriend is because guess what he gonna want to do? That's all facts. But as mother, we can't tell them till they blue in the face, but they would listen. I know, but I have to continue doing it. My mama was using the vacuum for something. But what I wanted to say is, you haven't thought about homeschooling. I thought about that, but I didn't want to keep my kids 100% from the world because I think that would be a big mistake. Now that they already been, you know, it's different that they would have grew up homeschooling, but by them going to school and to take them out of school and to keep them like that, it would be kind of different for them psychologically. That I don't want them to be 18 years old and the world then got worse. My husband said the same thing. He said, you know what make a difference between them going to school now than when they went to school back in the days? They didn't have access to social media as much as they did now. Now they have access to the world. So now that's why the kids in today's society is way worse than it was before because they have access to social media, which is the whole world. Now they're able to see things they're not supposed to see. So for me to take them out of school or to put them in homeschooling, that means that when she turned 18, because she only got a couple more years till she grown, she's not going to know nothing about the fucking world. Nothing. Only what I tell her out of my mouth. So when she go to school, I want her to be able to experience these different spirits so she can be able to know which one is which. I don't want to just have her so obsolete from the world and then when she turned 18, she just go out there all blinded, not having no experience. So yeah, and I said, like I said, what she's feeling right now, this is not, and I know people are going to try to make this conversation weird because bitches do that and I'm viral, but this is no different than anybody else having teenage girls or teenage boys. So don't try to make this conversation weird. I said, first of all, we don't do no boyfriends. We do marriage only. And what makes the difference about having a friend and a boyfriend is because what little boys like to do, I was very explicit with her. What little boys like to do is they like to fondle you. So you see I'm talking about something, I want the experience, mom. I want the experience. How would I never even know what a boyfriend is. I want the experience. The experience is they want to fondle you. They want to kiss on you. They want to rub on you. That's what boyfriends do in high school. I said, you watch enough Netflix and Hulu shows about teenagers to know that in school, that's what they want to do. Because that's what make them different. Why you just can't be your friend then? And why he got to be your boyfriend? Why he can't just be your friend? What makes him your boyfriend is because he want to fondle on you. He want to touch on you in the locker room or by the lockers. He want to kiss you. They was doing this to her daughter. It starts off with courting. But kids are not, I don't fuck that courting shit. She need to worry about her motherfucking education. And I can't be mad because this is normal. How she's feeling, she's talking to me as her mom and she's saying, you know, mom, I think I want a boyfriend because I don't want to be the only one that never experienced it. All my friends, they got boyfriends, you know. And then she said, I be bored, you know. You right, because my 16-year-old came home with the hickey on her neck. Yes, they want to fondle you. You don't want that type of experience. That experience is going to be there. These niggas ain't going to die. They always going to be a man, okay? Fuck all of that. And then my husband said, you know, that's dangerous because once she start getting fondled on by her boyfriend, that's going to open up doorways and avenues to new feelings and emotions that she's going to be, that's going to distract her. It's no different. And I'm about to get a little explicit as a grown woman. When you first had sex, for me personally, it was not pleasurable. It was not pleasurable. But if you never had, that's like when a kid getting raped at a young age, I hated it. I hated it too. It hurt, and it does hurt. I didn't start enjoying sex until I was 25 years old. So you can go to jail for this. It's private for you. Girl, shut the fuck up. I am a social media influencer and I have teenage kids. So this is conversation that's important in our community. So shut the fuck up. Y'all always trying to turn something into some sexual demon negativity. This is not about that. This is about waking up the truth to experiences. Okay. If you hear people in the comments agreeing with me, they love this conversation. So shut the fuck up. If you don't like the conversation, get your ass out. Y'all make shit weird. But this is real facts. Everybody have to go through this, have this same conversation when their kids get a certain age. So shut the fuck up. My daughter is that age. My son, like I said, even though he's about to be 12, he don't give a fuck about girls because he still got toothpaste on his face when he walk out the door. And he still put his shirt on backwards, so he don't give a fuck about a girl. But it's going to be worse for him because it seems like the boys, they're the ones that's starting the shit. And they want to see what they can get out of you. And once you give it to him, they move to the next. That's what I was trying to tell her. And I said, like, I didn't tell her, I told her about the funneling part. But my husband was saying, like, yes, once a girl get touched on like that, it kind of opens up the avenue to that feeling of emotion. And now they're going to keep on getting it. So she shouldn't even have no boyfriend because that's what the boyfriend's going to do. The boyfriend is going to try to touch on her. Yep, I have a daughter talking about she have a dream about her being pregnant at 6. What the hell? Yes, like that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why I'm talking about it right now. And like I said, it's kind of a touchy conversation because motherfuckers make shit weird. But I'm not gonna let them try to destroy my platform. My platform is here for a reason. But that's why we call it a village over here, because we can come in here and talk about real shit. Don't try to make it some shit to something that's nasty. But yeah, so like I said, my husband said, you got to be careful because your peer pressure is a motherfucker. And I think with high school, it's a lot of peer pressure. You get what I'm saying? At first, I wanted her to go to an all-girls school at first, but I'm like, I don't want her. That's going to be even worse. With all this homosexuality going on, and all this motherfucking LGBTQ. So I'm like, it's better to just let her go to a school with boys and girls. Yup. And as a young woman, they open up their heart fast. Girl, that's how I got with Patrick. That's how I got with Patrick. Young, dumb, and full of cum. Thought he was the love of my motherfucking life. And you see how that ended. So Patrick was my real first love. And I literally had that nigga take me through hell and back. It feel like them first loves. Oh, baby girl. Them first loves, you got to watch them, your daughters and your son's first love, because they go through hell and back. My daughter about to be 11. I talk to her about I talk to her about everything, boys' life, etc. Yes. So that's why I was trying to tell her the difference between having a boyfriend and having a regular friend. You can have attraction to the opposite sex. That's natural. And your hormones is everywhere. But you don't want to explore those options, because then you're going to open up a can of whoop ass worms that you don't like. So, yeah, just had that conversation, and her trying to dance was funny to me because she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what she was doing. I'm like, girl, you look. She was like, when I showed her the video, she was like, I look stupid. I said, yeah. It would not be kicked, sister. It would not be kicked, sister. Not to mention heartbreak. Yes. How old would you let your son date? I would let my son date at 17. I would let my daughter date when she's 18 and out my house. Or when she's 18. So my daughter know was a way that I did modern dance. So she seen me do ballet. So she knows about modern dance. And the reason why she was doing it is because she don't never twerk. She don't know how to twerk. And I guess she was seeing everybody at the dance twerking. And I feel like when she going into high school, she keeps talking about high school, high school, high school, high school, high school. She said, Mommy, do you know it's going to be grown men in high school? The seniors, they're going to be 17, 18 years old. And I was told that all the seniors going to try to come on, all the fresh meet, all the freshmen. I said, oh my God. She was like, and she was just saying high school, high school, high school, high school. Yeah, she was practicing. She was practicing. That's what I'm saying. She was practicing. She don't know how to twerk. And she said that's one of the reasons why she did not dance at the school dance is because all the other girls were doing this type of dance and she didn't know how to do it. So when she was doing it, it looked like she was practicing, like she didn't know, like she was getting herself ready to learn how to do it. You get what I'm saying? And so that's why I laughed. I didn't laugh because it was acceptable. I laughed because I'm like, girl, like I was a kid before I know this already, you know? And so it was just like, she still got an innocence to her. My daughter is not fast. She don't be in my husband's face all day. She don't. She's not the type of girl. She don't be in grown man's face all day trying to do extra shit. She's not like that. Tell her not to fall for peer pressure. They won't care for her. That's why I was trying to tell her. But I think she's so stuck on what everybody else doing. It's going to really be hard. And I hope that she don't fall into, I want to still see for myself, you know? But that's all she sees. She don't have no Israelite girls to go to her school. She the only one they're claiming to be Israelite, you know? So that's why I can't wait till we actually join IUIC so she can have other females that's her age just living a righteous life. Because if I'm just the only one, it's still not enough. I try to tell my daughter she's not like everybody else. Yeah, sit her down to watch Lifetime movies about teen girls. She know. I done thought about all of that. No, at her old school. Mama, she told me. Israelite girl in her high school. Yeah, that's what I said. She got to be around other Israelite girls. Can I take my shower at 2 or 3? Because I'm going to be going up. Because I'm going to be coming up. Okay, yeah. Probably at 3, I'm going to take my shower. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like it's just a lot of prayer pressure. And I just, you know, for the righteous one to pray. You know, my daughter is a really good girl. And it's just a lot of prayer pressure right now, you know, with the Megan Thee Stallions and the Sukianas and all of that. And it's really hard to, you know, and that's the reason why I didn't want her to go to King. I didn't want her to go to that school because it's not a school it's a good school, but it's not like over where my husband live at. Over there where my husband live at in Warren, they have more of the Arabs at that school. So they wear like hijabs and long skirts. You get what I'm saying? There's more cultural in Arabs over here. But in King, it's all Detroit. So it's like you're going to see more of the westernized personality. But in Warren, the schools over here is more Muslim. So you're going to see, that's why I wanted her to go over here. But she already got accepted. So I'm like, whatever, I'm going to let you go. But as soon as I see her acting fast, I'm taking her out that school and I'm putting her in a school full of Muslims. I don't give a fuck. So, but she not fast, but I'm saying anybody can, she can get spoiled, which is like, she can become fast if she hanging around the wrong people. But she not fast, but she can turn to being fast. And so as a woman, I'm her pillar. I'm supposed to protect her and like as much as I can. Yeah, easily influenced. Yeah. So it's we're at that stage where she can be easily influenced and, you know, only by the conversations that we having. Yeah, I'm at the vacuum. And only because of the stuff that she's been saying to me, I'm not going to go all into details, but some of the stuff that she's been saying to me is off of curiosity because her friends do it, you know. And so this conversation is really important to talk to your kids when they're going into different grade levels, because y'all don't understand. You know, it's really hard for our kids. It's a ball in that in the bush over there, y'all. It's like really stuck inside of there. Yeah. Can they reach it? They can reach it. Oh. Just communicate with her. Girl, let me tell y'all something. I'm about to get off here because I got duties to do. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. Y'all talking about some open communication. I don't like open communication with my daughter. You know why? Because you fuck around and be like, what the fuck? You be like, well, mommy this, the mommy that. And girl, you want to talking to your child and you be like, hi, I did not even think you'd be scared to hear. Yeah, like even though she never did none of that, it's just scared to hear. I was like, what the fuck with my son? Yes, like you be thinking your baby's just so innocent until they start talking. You be like, I always kept an open communication with my daughter, and now she's 26. Period. Yeah, I open communicate, but I'm just saying the stuff when y'all open communicate with y'all kids, just be prepared to, you know, have emotions that go up and down, up and down. Yeah, I need to know. I know. I still keep it open, but I'm just like, whoa. You know, I'm just like, whoa. Because you never know what they be thinking about, you know? But I was like, should I be strict and take her TikTok? Because it seems like the TikTok and the Instagram is what's the most of the, when she, you know, the influence. And I don't think you can put a parenting advisory on TikTok. And they be on there twerking and all type of shit. No, don't be strict. She want to do more. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways. I'm like, I was just thinking about telling her she can't be on TikTok, but then I don't want her to sneak and get on there. Yeah, shit. Yeah, TikTok and IG is the devil. Yeah, they be having grown, you know, what they call IG models showing their ass a lot. You know, and the stars don't make it no better. Megan Thee Stallion naked, Cardi B naked on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, should you even have a fucking Instagram at this point? And I'm like, damn, my people were strict, and that's all. The more you make me stay on the porch, the more I want to get off. So, but she a good child. I'm just getting my mind ready for the stage. You know, 14-year-old is that stage. For some people, it happened early for the girls. Some people, it start at 12. But 14 is about that good. This is about a good age for all of the hormones to really start juvenating and shit. And you gotta have these conversations. So I'm gonna get off of here, you guys. Hopefully this conversation, you know, kind of like with the villagers, kind of like open up your minds to certain things, to walks of life. And y'all not the only one that's having this experience and stuff like that. And yeah, so I'll come back on here later. Shalom, you guys.
Say, stop getting drunk and then letting folks